My father came to the States from El Salvador when he was about 16 years old. He lived in California but then moved to New York shortly after to live with his father. Meanwhile, while my mother had always lived in New York, her parents migrated there from other countries, thus making her a second generation immigrant. My grandfather, on my mother's side, came to the States from Peru when he was 15 and worked to be able to bring all his family to the States. Meanwhile, my grandmother's family, on my mother's side, immigrated from Brazil when she was 16. Even though my grandparents had a bit of a language barrier, they fell in love and had 3 kids, including my mother. In the 1990s, my father and mother met in New York and fell in love. Then, after my parents got together and got married, they had my older brother, moved to Bridgeport, and 4 years later had me. While I was born in a New York hospital, I lived in Bridgeport my entire 22 years of existence, and I went to school here, so I consider it my home. But if I had to change 2 things about my city, I would change how money is distributed in our community, and I would love it if we lived in a cleaner, less polluted city. These things are needed because if money was put into education, more people would have the ability and opportunity to be successful. Also, a cleaner city would allow people to feel proud of where they come from, while allowing them to be physically healthier. To do this, it all starts with transparency and accountability from our government officials to know where our money is going so we know how it can be shifted. I'm always very passionate about standing with my community and showing up in any way I can, whether it's students' rights, immigrant rights, or Black Lives Matter. I will stand, fight, and resist with them. I've gone to DC to march in order to protect rights of immigrants and DACA recipients. It was a bigger than myself moment to stand there with others who I did not know personally, but whose fight I believed in. But from all the moments, I think the most powerful moment I've ever been a part of and witnessed was when youth and the community occupied streets and fought the injustice of police brutality, as well as fights to keep ICE out of our city. This makes me hopeful for our community, and I have faith that we will always push through.